Hi guys, I am Vishakha Bag. This is our second audio-visual class, and in this session we are going to see some information on financial pyramid. What is financial pyramid? Who can use this financial pyramid? And what is importance and need of financial pyramid in financial planning? Everyone says that financial planning is simple, but it is not easy. The rules of financial planning are really straightforward, but adhering to that rules is not everyone's cup of tea. So, there is a thumb rule for easy financial planning, and that is to take or adopt pyramid approach to achieve your financial target. In every pyramid, there must be a solid foundation so that pyramid can stand long ever. If foundation is solid, then only you can build a strong pyramid. This personal financial pyramid follows Maslow's theory. To fulfill your higher level needs, you have to fulfill your basic needs. Financial pyramid means a risk structure that spreads investors' risk across low, medium and high risk ventures. In this pyramid, base covers protection and fixed income assets. Top level pyramid comprises of high risk ventures and speculative investment methods. So, the basic of the pyramid is to start from the foundation and move slowly upward step by step. There are 4 levels of pyramid, and those are protection, saving, wealth building and speculation. Think your financial pyramid as your house. Without a solid foundation, it will collapse. It does not matter how beautiful the house is. The same way, you should not acquire 4th level of the pyramid instead of 1st level while doing financial planning. Now, we are moving towards our 1st level, that is base, protection. For strong foundation, you must have to protection from your unexpected or any unexpected event, unfortunate death that can affect long-term financial goals. Here, protection means you should have sufficient life insurance and medical insurance cover to yourself and your family. Ensuring against any type of risk that may or may not happen shows financial maturity. Insurance gives you the cushion that absorbs the blow from unexpected events. Now, we are moving towards our 1st level, that is savings. To build your wealth, you need to save. But effectively move to this stage, you need to complete the 1st stage genuinely, and that is protection. A well-drafted financial plan must be based on savings, as it would allow you to take some holistic approach towards your financial goals, keeping intact your cash flows, protection, priorities and liabilities in mind. Try to increase your savings year by year because inflation will eat up your savings. This is financial security stage, and in this stage, one has to save money in saving bonds, pension funds, corporate bonds, fixed deposit, postal schemes, etc. All these savings instrument gives us guaranteed return with financial stability. The most important thing is that you must need to save early so that you can give your funds the chance to grow. The earlier you start making investments, better returns you will get as you give more time frame to your fund to grow. For example, did you know that monthly savings of rupees 10,000 for 10 years, that is rupees 12 lakh, can grow up to rupees 17 lakh 20,000 at just 7% annual rate of return compounded annually. And if we delay this investment and savings just by 5 years, then you will get the reduced amount, that is final savings amount, from rupees 17 lakh 20,000 to just rupees 7 lakh 15,000. Now, we are moving towards our next level, and that is the 3rd level, wealth building. Till now, You have created a good foundation for your financial health. Now it's time to progress by becoming wealthier. At this stage, your savings plans are on right track, and here you can use your year-end bonuses, business profits, extra incomes, gifts and inheritances to invest into diversified equity portfolios such as equity mutual funds, income bonds, some blue chip company shares and in real estate also. Building your wealth requires discipline and perseverance. Do you know the formula of 50-30-20 system? These numbers are percentages of your money where it goes. Ideally, 50% goes to the essential spendings, and that are namely food, utilities and housing expenses. 30% is your discretionary spending, which includes phone bill, cable bill, amusement, vacations and hoteling, etc. Remaining 20% is the amount that must go into your savings bank account, that means into your saving and investment. In this 20% also, you should invest 40% in pure equity fund and 60% in debt and fixed income product. If you are a younger investors, should ideally adopt more aggressive strategy towards their portfolios and investments if they want to get exponential return of their fund. A more aggressive investor whose risk appetite is more, he can invest more aggressively in different equity oriented funds. Now we are moving towards our last level, that is speculation. This is top level of the pyramid where there is high risk ventures and speculation does. As the term suggests, speculation is basically nothing different from betting and gambling. Example of speculation is share trading, where traders purchase their shares with the intent of selling them in a day or a week or 2 weeks, or dealing in futures and options. In this stage, risk is very high. It is not everyone's cup of tea. People who have a lot of money only can afford this type of investment. If you try to do share trading, then there are higher chances that you will have to face losses. Speculation is to do it with money that can afford to lose it entirely. This means you can do speculation entirely with your free surplus money only. In this way, in financial pyramid gives you the more strategic way to invest your money step by step according to your needs. So, this is the end of our second audiovisual class. In the next class, we are going to see about the asset allocation. Till then, goodbye, stay home, stay safe. Please like, share, comment and subscribe my YouTube channel Invest Smart. The subscription is free. Thank you.